So, you're in Blender and you want to model your object symmetrically, or you want to model your object and have it mirror on the other side when you are extruding or pulling out the object and doing all that sort of thing. Similar to what would happen in your sculpting. So why don't we jump in and see how we do that in edit mode. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to work with this cube actually, so you don't have to delete that for this one. I'm using the middle mouse scroll wheel to look around a bit. I'm assuming that you know a little bit more than the basics, but I'll explain it as I go anyways. I'm going to hit tab and go into edit mode. I'm going to help control R to do a loop cut. Let's click once right here, and I'm going to let go with the right click so it cuts right in the middle. I'm going to go 3 on the number pad. So I'm selecting faces, and then I'm going to hit 3 on the number pad now. So I'm selecting faces. I hit 3 on the keyboard earlier. Now I'm going to go up to X-ray mode. I can either hit Alt-Z or click up there, and I am going to just simply select one side. So we're selecting the right side on the Y-axis. That's going to come in handy later, so we're going to need to change that in the modifier. So I deleted one side, I selected faces, and now I have only half of the cube. I am in edit mode, so I'm going to hit tab to get out of edit mode, and I'm going to go down to modifier, which is this wrench right here if you're not in there. So click the wrench, get into the modifiers, add modifier. What modifier are we looking for? Mirror. We are looking for the mirror modifier. Click that, and we are currently mirroring the x-axis, so it looks like nothing is happening. So we're going to want to uncheck that. Still nothing happening. So let's check the y-axis, because that is the axis that we want to mirror, as you can see when we look around right here. Now let's click that box, the y-axis, and now it looks like a cube again. Now before we start pulling stuff apart and doing anything else, I want to say this is really important. Click down over here where it says clipping. This will prevent vertices from going through the mirror during the transform. What that means is if you pull something from one side to the other and it's overlapping vertices, it will prevent that from happening altogether while you are modeling your model. So it's very important, and it'll prevent a headache later. So please do remember to hit clipping right here in your modifiers tab. Now we can go back to edit mode, and you'll see that only half of the object has vertices that you can grab. So let's grab this face right here, and I'm going to hit E to extrude. E to extrude again, and you'll see that it is modifying the opposite side and mirroring just like you wanted. Now here's a quick tip. You can hit multiple faces like so and hold Alt and click E to either extrude face along normals, or extrude individual faces. This is the most handy thing I have come across while modeling inside of edit mode. So I use this constantly, and it has changed everything as soon as I found out. It was seriously a game changer, because just extruding when you have multiple faces selected just out and about like this, and you can see it's kind of a disaster. There's not really anything you can do. Every time any axis that you try to extrude along is insufficient. Basically, you end up just having to do each one individually, and then they don't exactly match. So I'm going to right click and Control Z to undo and extrude along faces. Do that again, and then I can hit S for size, and you got a sweet little TIE fighter right here if that's what you were making. Perfect. But now you got the idea. You can animate something, or model something symmetrically inside of Blender. So now that you got that, you can create whatever you want to do, and as soon as it's done, you can apply. If you want to start creating things that is not so symmetrical, say you want to put an eye patch on a character or something to that effect, or you want to start sculpting, you're going to want to apply the modifier before you start applying things from other modes. And you can apply materials and separate materials in it, but it's going to be symmetrical, so just keep that in mind. So that was a tutorial from Eric Pauly at erpauly.com. That is me, Eric Pauly. Please subscribe to the ER Pauly channel. Your like on my video helps me out more than you think, so do that, please. And I hope to make more videos and bring you more videos soon. All right, that was Eric Pauly. Be safe out there.